husband used to love me so much. Back then, he proposed 99 times just to marry me. It wasn't until the 100th proposal that I was finally moved by his persistence and became the envied Mrs. Frederick Morrison of Harbor City. On our wedding day, I gave him 99 reconciliation vouchers. We agreed that as long as these vouchers weren't used up, I would stay by his side forever. It's been 5 years since then. Every time Frederick goes out to see another woman, he uses up one reconciliation voucher. Gradually, he suddenly notices that I've changed. I no longer cry or beg him to stay. Only when he loses his mind over his innocent secretary again do I quietly ask him, Frederick, if you don't come back tonight, can I use a reconciliation voucher? He pauses mid-step, then immediately turns. Of course. He thinks he still has many reconciliation vouchers. He doesn't realize this is his last one. Frederick Morrison and I had been married for 5 years without any children. Today was the celebration party for Morrison Group's successful bid on the East District project. It was also the 9th day since Frederick and I had agreed to start trying for a baby. However, when Frederick's innocent secretary, Emma Wells, knocked over the champagne tower, spilling wine all over our business partner, he immediately stepped in to shield her. Then, he turned to me dismissively. Cecilia, apologized to Mr. Carter. I froze, unable to believe what I was hearing. The business partner, Luke Carter, frowned and pointed angrily at Emma. Mr. Morrison, it was that young lady who made the mistake. I only want her apology. Emma's eyes welled up as she tugged at Frederick's sleeve, looking like she'd been terribly wronged. Frederick gently patted her hand, then turned to me with complete indifference. What are you standing there for? Drink with Mr. Carter right now. If one glass isn't enough, make it two. Just make sure he's satisfied. It seemed he had forgotten we were trying to conceive. Or maybe he simply didn't care. The people around us began whispering, their eyes filled with pity for me. Everyone knew this wasn't my fault, but they could see that Frederick was determined to protect Emma. I wanted to refuse, but Frederick seemed to expect this and silently mouthed to me, reconciliation voucher. Years ago, when he wanted to marry me, he had proposed 99 times. I had rejected him that many times. I thought he would give up. But on the 100th time, Frederick gathered all my family and friends and swore publicly, Cecilia, you're the only woman for me. Even if you don't say yes now, I'll keep proposing until you agree to marry me. I was moved by his persistent love and finally said yes. On our wedding night, I had 99 reconciliation vouchers specially made to repay his devotion. We agreed that as long as these vouchers weren't used up, we would never separate. For the first 3 years, Frederick treasured them and never used a single one. However, after Emma appeared, he had used 96 vouchers in just 2 short years. Now, this was the 97th. My fingers gripping the wine glass paled slightly as I forced a smile and walked over to our business partner. Mr. Carter, let me apologize with a drink. Luke sighed and told me a sip would be enough. However, I still smiled and drank the entire glass of red wine. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Frederick gently touching Emma's nose, his voice gentle. Silly, don't run so fast next time. What if you get hurt? Emma grabbed his hand, her eyes sparkling with delight. I know, Mr. Morrison. You're so good to me. She was right. Frederick was truly good to her. The wine I'd swallowed finally hit my throat, the burn making my eyes water. It didn't matter, I told myself. There were only 2 vouchers left anyway. After the reception ended, I naturally walked toward the passenger side of the car. The moment I touched the door handle, I heard the sharp click of the locks engaging. Frederick rolled down his window and looked at me coldly. Take a cab. I just had the car washed, and you reek of alcohol. He seemed to have forgotten why I reeked of alcohol in the first place, the disgust in his eyes unmistakable under the streetlights. Normally, I would have frantically tried drinking water, tearfully explaining that it was just a little wine, and that the smell wasn't that bad. Perhaps I might have even broken down right there on the street, demanding through my tears why he'd made me apologize for Emma.
Click the link in my bio to get the full story for free.